All right. So over the course of this week, man, people have been talking about the girl from Texas who licked the half gallon of Bluebell ice cream at a Walmart and then put it back because it's disgusting. It's nasty. You never want to mess with people's food. Like ever. I mean, you could take a dump on someone's doorstep and it would be less frowned upon than messing with somebody's food. If you haven't seen the clip, this is it. She just licks it, laughs, ha 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 ha, puts it back, and then and goes on about her day. That's it. That's the clip. That's what's going on, right? And that's what people are mad about. That video on Twitter, nearly 13 million times it's been seen. Good, because you figure cops would then be able to find a way to identify her. Somebody would come out and say, I know who that person is. And that apparently happened. Well, I don't know if that's what happened, but cops, according to this time.com article here, they were able to identify the girl filmed licking the Bluebell ice cream and then putting it back in the freezer. Now, one of the reasons why this particular story blew up the way that it did was because this girl was the articles, the headlines, before they identified her, were all saying she could face up to 20 years in prison for just running her tongue atop the ice cream. And that is like, wow, oh my God, like 20 years in prison this girl could face for licking the ice cream. Now, there are some people out there that are going to be like, should be longer, should be life. The real ice cream files out there. But no, really, it's a stupid thing to do. But you also don't know if she has any diseases. You don't know if she is healthy, if she's sick. You don't know what she has that could be communicable. And I'm not trying to put anything on her as saying that that's entirely the case. That could be a reality. I have no idea. But still, you don't mess with somebody's food, man. As a fat guy who likes ice cream, trust me, I completely, no, you don't mess with it. You don't know. But they found out who she was. They didn't say who she was. They haven't released her name because she's a minor, at least according to the law in Texas, which means anyone under the age of 17 is a minor. So what that says is that she's probably around 15, 16 years old. She's got connections to that part of Texas through her boyfriend's family. And that's it. So her facing 20 years in prison is not going to be a thing because they can't charge her as an adult. She's technically a juvenile. And what they might charge her with as a juvenile, we're not too sure yet. They haven't said. So, here's let me just start by saying, I think 20 years is a bit excessive. I do. I think public shaming would probably be the best thing for her at this particular point, because that is wrong. That is nasty. That is terrible. You are putting somebody else in jeopardy. Now, Bluebell did come out and basically say that the way that the cartons are made are that when they get ice cream gets dumped in, it gets flipped over, and that's like the seal. It gets all hardened that particular way. So if you're going to open it up, it's going to be noticeable to anyone who buys it. So anyone who maybe went and bought that or whatever ended up maybe knowing, or it was easily identifiable. But I mean, at the end of the day, none of that matters. All right. Like if it was my daughter who did that, I would tell her flat out, point blank, you got to go and you have to make a public apology to Walmart, a public apology to Bluebell, a public apology to people, and then maybe some community service as a way to remind you that you are not a bad person, that you should not do bad things. That's what I would tell my kid. That's what I would tell this kid too. That probably doing community service is the best course of action, right? And now maybe not name her and shame her, okay? Because that kind of crap will follow you around for the rest of your life. There's going to be no way for her, this 16-year-old, 15-year-old girl right now unidentified is going to, oh, you're the Bluebell ice cream liquor girl. Like that's going to follow her for life. And then my question becomes though, should that follow her for life? Now, if this is just a dumb prank, probably not. If she had a disease of some kind and like somebody got sick as a result of that, then yeah, I'd be totally okay because you put somebody else in harm. So it's one of those weird scenarios where you're going to have to really look and see how you would want to discipline the child in this case, because that's effectively what it is. She should know better, and there should be absolute consequences. Would they ban her from all the Walmarts? They might try, but good luck actually attempting to do it. Walmart doesn't ultimately care. They might ban her from that one location in Texas. Hate to break it to you, there's a lot of Walmarts in Texas. You get banned from one, there's one about 2 miles down the road. Not hard to find Walmarts. But I also don't want this girl doxxed, and I don't want her harassed, and I don't want her attacked or defamed for the rest of her life over this. And that's where we're running into that weird scenario. There are going to be people out there. You'll see people in the comment section that are going to say, no, you need to name her and shame her. It's like, why? If now the cops know who she is, she's been identified, cool. Let her face the punishment. Now, I'm not saying no harm, no foul. I'm saying that let her face the punishment that a judge decides is necessary. That the prosecutors in that county will look at that and request for the judge to decide upon. I'm saying straight community service is the best course of action. Right? Community service, picking up trash alongside of the road, painting buildings, whatever it is that they do with community service type stuff. That would be the best course of action, because that shows her that her actions then have consequences, and the consequences are sucky, but they're not life ending. I mean, we have to get to a point where we realize that people do dumb things. And when people do dumb things, we have to ask ourselves what would happen if we were in that situation. Would we want to learn from our mistakes and not do it again? Or would we want them to be outright run through the public sphere, is it public space or whatever, that whole sphere, and then just absolutely lambasted till the end of time? Punishment doesn't fit the crime here, in my opinion. It doesn't fit the crime. Give her community service, maybe a small fine, and you know what, like, have her go and learn something. Use this as a teachable moment. But we'll have to wait and see what happens, if anything happens at all. It's entirely possible that they won't even charge her. They found her, she's underage, that 20-year potential jail sentence has gone out the window, and now they could just let it go and move on with their day and basically give her a slap on the wrist and say, don't do it again. We'll have to wait and see. But the question then becomes, what do you think about this? How do you feel about this? What do you think is the best course of action in regards to punishment? What would be proper punishment? I do want to hear your thoughts, good or bad. I want to hear what you guys are thinking about this. Let me know down in the comments below. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day. And don't go lick crap at the store. Don't mess with people's food, man. That's just like, I mean, common sense number one on that one right there. That's just common sense. But people are stupid, and they do stupid things, and then they win stupid prizes. I'll see you.